81 Power Drink. Proud sponsors of Glasgow Rangers Football Club. We are not just an energy drink, we are lifestyle. Take the power. '81 Power Drink. Take the power.
Good evening and welcome to your Bars for Gers podcast this Tuesday evening with myself, your host Lynsey Glenn, and host Stan Gordon, featuring Rangers bars from all around the world. Sponsored by 81 Power Drink, the official energy drink partner of Glasgow Rangers Football Club. Rangers without doubt taking power on the pitch with 2p from each can going towards our veterans. Don't forget to check out their website with the link on the screen and use your discount code BARSFORGERS to get your 10% off. Also, we have our associate sponsors of the show. Please check out their social media pages as well. Staunch Threads, Teddy Bear Pins, Pink Gorilla Wall Art, Pie Sports, and Off to the Match I Go. Remember, if you're on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe to our show, or if you're on any other of our platforms, remember to like, comment and share. Also, folks, from the 10th to the 16th of May marks Mental Health Awareness Week, and later on in the show we'll be joined by Christopher Beale, a Rangers fan who asked to come on the show, and he will be telling us his efforts in fundraising for mental health. So let's welcome our guests onto tonight's podcast. So we have John from the Gallant Pioneer in Blackpool. We have Danny. Hi, John. Hi. We have Danny all the way from London, the Green Man pub. Are you there, Danny?
Hi, yep. Groups.
And folks, all the way from Tenerife tonight, we have Craig from the Bluebell bar. How you doing, Craig?
Hi, Craig.
How you doing, folks? You okay?
Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you on the show.
Is that umbrellas in the background there? Is that umbrellas there?
Me. That's my training stand.
You're not usually sitting there.
I'm feeling left out, Staunch. You forgot about me.
Sorry.
We also have special host William from the Bristol bar. Right, okay, so quick question, guys, just before we start asking the bars our questions, just what all you guys and gals out there think where you are going to be watching and partying to celebrate our 55th league title. If you want to send in your comments and we can check them out, we have Ricky in the background there who's going to put all your questions up on the screen for us. So, huge day ahead on Saturday. Silverware on its way.
Yes.
4 more sleeps. Guys, what preparations have you got in place? Anyone can start.
John.
Go, John.
For me, I've not really got any preparations at the minute, but I'm planning possibly to come up the road on Friday night. The pub we won't be open yet, so I'm coming up the road Friday.
Your opening's the 22nd, is that right? Or before that?
We're opening on the 17th, but the
17th.
The outside roof test won't be ready till about the 21st, the Friday. We'll be ready for that.
Okie doke. So what about our bar in London? Have you just got anything planned for Saturday?
Well,
the Green Man.
Well, let Gary talk. We've got Gary. So because the pubs aren't open inside again, we're heading to my place on Saturday. There's a few that's going there. Got a few beers and fireworks. I would imagine it'll get a bit rambunctious. Not much for Gary.
No doubt it will.
What about Tenerife? What's the plans there?
Well, we're open, but we're still in restrictions, so we only can use about half of the inside of the bar, and only got about 20 customers here just now because there's no tourism. But we're going to have a party. Like, we've got all the banners, we've got the fireworks, we've got the flares, we've got everything. Just gone for it. But it's kind of quiet. But at least we're open. We're functioning. That's the main thing.
No, you have done no bad holding on the way when I was over there in October, as you know, Craig, I went down and supported you nearly every day, and you can see that because of the tourism, it wasn't easy for you. I know we were getting it hard in Scotland and down south, but you were getting it a lot harder than we were because you weren't getting any help from the Spanish government. So I do feel for you. Well, just hopefully things will change for us now.
They have been getting some help, Stan, but it's not really that much. But I must admit, they have went out their way for to go and help us with the best they can. But without any fresh money in tourism, it's hard. You know, I mean, it is hard. But we're getting on with it.
Well, we had Wilma. We had Wilma on like 2 weeks ago there for the Ibels bar and Benidorm. That's what she was saying. We weren't open because of the weather, and she was open and it was scorching, but they had nobody to go to it. So we were beat both-wise.
They had to shut at 6 o'clock at night as well, I believe, where we were 10 o'clock for their curfew.
Aye.
Right.
So
Hopefully as well, sorry Stan, hopefully as well, obviously today's announcements, obviously we're going to have a tier system, a green light, so hopefully, I know Tenerife and that aren't on it yet, but hopefully over the next couple of weeks they'll go to the green zone we can get there.
I think Boris Johnson said that maybe next month he's looking at lifting a lot of restrictions for the flights, but Nicola Sturgeon, I think she said maybe 2 years time or something we'll get flying from Scotland. I only fit 14 Jags and 18 tests.
John,
she's not even wanting us to fly out to Belfast for the 12th. As she says that, you've got to watch. You get that orange COVID.
Orange. Right, John, I'm going to come to you as well, right, because I'm desperate to hear a wee bit about your new beer garden. Is it a rooftop garden? Beer garden?
Terrace, yeah.
Roof terrace. So tell us a wee bit about it, all the work you've been doing. Is anybody special opening it? All that sort of stuff. What's happening?
Well, we started it 7 weeks ago with planning permission. We're nearly there. We had a reset last week, but we've got over that, and now we're just waiting on a royal blue artificial grass coming. So that's
Royal blue, brilliant.
I will not
That's
that
good.
green shite. Yeah, royal blue grass we've got for it. So we're nearly there.
I've seen Jim's posts up quite a lot, nearly every night on Facebook. He's doing his updates. So he's obviously enjoying it though. They've obviously all been, the staff and the owners have all been getting involved and really up for this challenge. So
I can't wait to see because John took me through to show me what they were planning and doing when it was just a wreck and it was just like an empty building, and he says we're going to do this, put the bar here, get the blue astroturf done, and what he was telling me sounded brilliant. So can't wait to get done next month and to see it for myself, you know.
Well,
That's
looking forward to when Ian Durant and Derek Ferguson come down, so I'm going to get them to officially open it on the 5th of June.
there you go. That's perfect.
Aye.
So what does
sounds
that,
good.
John, what does that bring your capacity? Obviously, down in Blackpool, you're quite in high demand as it is. So what does that bring? Like, obviously, it's making it bigger. So what does that? What's your, how many can squeeze in?
You try to take my job?
Squeeze in, I'm not sure, but we'll definitely get about 80 in there. There'll be about another 80 bodies.
I hope the Foley make it a wee bit more than that, John. We've got about 4 buses going.
Aye.
And I hope you've got plenty of steel bars on the roof and
and
all.
I've got Ricky Neal sitting there in the corner, and I've promised him 6 tickets, John. So don't let us down. He's going down the 2 weeks, aye. But no, I'm looking forward to coming down. I know, John. The audience will know, but I'm doing the 2 weeks in a row. I'm doing with Ian Durant and Derek Ferguson, and then the following week I'm doing again with the goalie and Stuart McCall. Is it no? It's Charlie Miller and Stuart McCall, isn't it?
Charlie Miller.
Aye, Charlie and Stuart McCall. So it's 2 weekends away from me in Blackpool. So
I've got the goalie and Graham Roberts on bank holiday.
That's right.
But all the events are sold out in the big room on the Saturday night. So they are, because I'll put these on because there's buses coming. There's supporters buses coming, so that's why we'll put them on. But the bank holiday, you've got us with Falkirk, Davy Weir Loyal, they're coming. There's 50 of them. Then there's another bus for Glasgow. Then the week after, we've got Arthur Newman Loyal, King Richard True Blues. The week after, we've got 100 for Tory Glen and 50 for Staunch.
Excellent.
For Blunter.
See, the worst it is, Dave, when it's my pub, they've listened to my shite for the last 5 or 6 years, so I need to kind of change my pattern a wee bit. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, John.
I'm looking forward to getting down as well, definitely.
Aye, definitely. Lynsey's singing, so it'll be really good.
We've got Lynsey. Lynsey's up 22nd of May on Saturday.
Yeah.
So she is. Which should be
Yep.
top final, but never mind.
I know. How is that going? Have you heard anything about entertainment yet in Blackpool? Like, obviously, I know I'm booked and whatever, but it's like we've not heard anything up here for entertainment-wise.
Entertainment's fine.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Another good night ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, in Scotland, unless you're singing SMP, can't you sing at all?
I know.
We're only allowed to have the telly up, but you have to watch it through the window.
Don't.
Down here in England, they're looking to get rid of all restrictions by the 21st of June, back to normal by the 21st of June. So,
Well, here's
Well, that's what we're hoping for. That's what they've told us at the minute, so that's what we're...
Right.
Oh,
To be honest, I don't see Boris going back.
No, I don't. People need to move on now.
No, he can't now. He can't, especially in London. He's told them that people need to make preparations now, so he's told them 21st of June it's going to be back to as normal as it's ever going to be, I think. And I don't think he'll be able to go back on that.
How's it been for you guys? Obviously, London's quite busy, and how's it been for you? Obviously, been closed and everything else that's going on.
It's an eerie place, London, when it's empty. Walking through, I go through Aldgate to Fenchurch Street, and walking between Aldgate and Fenchurch Street in the morning, at like 7 in the morning. It's usually you usually have to weave your way through people, and just a month ago there was not a soul there. I mean, not a soul. You maybe seen 2 or 3 people. It's the eeriest place. It's mad.
See, to be fair, Gary, I think me and John Leach has kind of kept you and Danny going for the last wee while now, inviting you up to our bar and things like that. We've been we've been all right. We've kind of looked after you when I think about it, you know.
The only thing is my ears are served, Stan.
That's true.
Danny, the Green Man, right? Whenever Stan obviously sent the information over about you coming on the show and stuff, I was like, the Green Man is a Rangers pub? Seriously? How did that name come about?
The name of the street, the Green Man Street.
Is that
the Green Man? There's nothing about a Green Man.
As a guy came on to actually the Bars for Gers Instagram page earlier tonight actually, and he said the Green Man, I've been there a few times and never went into it. He said I know I'll give it a shout next time.
You know something? There's a few guys in Northern Ireland who don't mind being called the Green Men.
True. That's very true. It is.
Yeah.
How many Rangers fans do you normally get to come in to watch the games, Danny?
200 on a day. I've had 300. I've had 300 and 200 outside looking in the window.
Did you have the telly up?
I've actually been quite lucky. I've been doing with the boys and I've been in it, so they made us very hospitable. It was great, and the boys were all there and they great. I don't think they expected me to buy a drink or anything like that, obviously, but no, definitely great. Anybody in London, anybody down in London, I would tell them to visit. Without a doubt.
Definitely. Yeah.
On a normal day, we get probably 100. So so tomorrow night we'd have probably got 100 tomorrow night.
Right.
Saturday, obviously, we need to sell tickets for the bigger games. So what we usually do is, well, obviously the members get first chance of tickets. So what we usually do is sell 200-300 tickets for the if we're playing the enemy, we'll sell tickets, or like Saturday they sell tickets. So we usually take a couple of quid ahead, and then that just goes to charity. Just give it to a couple of quid to a charity, and it keeps some numbers. It keeps the police away from the place. You need the police away from the place.
See you later, my best. Yeah.
Are we having a wee background chat there? Right, I was going to ask you, right, so I'm hearing that there's a Rangers boat trip taking place this year again. So what is that? How and where does this take place? It sounds brilliant.
We'll let John talk this time.
Hello.
John, just talk up quite a bit closer. We can't hear anything you're saying.
The first one was in the middle of winter, so it's absolutely pissing down. The following four, but the rest of them have been summer. It's always a great day out. Good couple of months. Dancing, by the Houses of Parliament, letting Nicola know.
We can't really hear you that well. Can you sit into the centre a wee bit of the laptop so that we can pick up your sound? See, or sit back a wee bit because we're getting the middleman. Yeah.
That's better.
Our 60th year, and obviously title 55 as well. So we've hired the biggest boat we've had ever. Got an open top deck. Tickets sold out within an hour or two. I think there's about 350 bears on board. Stan's got one. Stan's coming, obviously. It's usually a cracking event.
Yes, the guy sitting in the middle was lucky enough to secure me a wee ticket for it.
Sounds awesome.
But what he doesn't know is I'm taking my flute with me, so the boat might be half empty. But no, looking forward to it, lads. Really looking forward to it.
It's a good thing this year. Last year, well, not last year because we cancelled last year. But the year before, it was a kind of. It got a bit long and it was kind of late in the night when we got back. But this year we're going full bore in the middle of summer. So it takes you right up to basically, we leave kind of London Bridge area. Takes you right up to Richmond,
right,
and then right back to Greenwich, and then back to London Bridge area again. So you're on the boat for about, I think the last time it was about 4 hours.
So is it like a booze cruise type thing? Is it like...
Aye,
it's like a booze cruise then. Perfect, that sounds...
With some culture tunes.
So it's a great day. It's a great experience to buy the Houses of Parliament and stuff. And it's a really good trip if you ever get a chance.
A chance.
It's fantastic.
Well, you never know. We might get some free complimentary tickets.
I know, that's what I was just about to say. That's right. Next year. Get the dates in. Craig, I'm going to come to you now in Tenerife. So, on a normal like Rangers game evening, would you normally get, what kind of turnout would you get? What's your numbers normally like?
Before COVID, we were probably getting about 60 to 80 people for a normal game. That's inside and out. And we are only a small bar with about 40 seats inside. Rangers Celtic games, probably well over 100. But now we're only really getting about 20, 25 if we're lucky. That's about it at the moment. But when the tourists are here, we've got a good ton. We've got a good loyal following. We've been gone for about 20 years. So there's a lot of people know us. And there's a lot of people, a lot of our customers have got their own apartments and that here. So we're well looked after. But somebody just sent me a text there saying, looking good with the sexy glasses on. I just read on my phone.
Craig, that's what I was going to ask you, because obviously you're in like Los Cristianos, and Stan was saying you've had to move your bar a wee bit further up from where you were a few years back. So do you find the new premises a lot better for you?
In a sense, because it's more like a pub, whereas the last one was a bar. And Tenerife saturated with bars with your karaoke and everything. And during the recession, it was hard. So we gave up, we downsized. And my partner, one of my mates, Alan Gordon, he came in as my business partner. And the two of them have been gone strength to strength. Oh, that's 10 years. that this little pub's been gone. And we work hard, we put the hours in, and we go for it. You know what I mean? It's what you have to do. But we got a good lifestyle at the back of it.
That's good. Yeah.
Aye, oh, you definitely do, Craig. And the good thing is, you get down and the twos are always there to make you welcome. And as soon as you come out, you know we're coming. And I don't know about anybody else that's watching tonight and the boys that are on the show, but I always make a point. It doesn't matter whereabouts in the world I'm going to. I always ask where the Rangers pub is, and I always give them a bit of support. I don't know whether it's just because I've got a bar myself. I don't know, but I ask where the Rangers pubs is, and that's my base. As Craig will tell you, mate, myself and Tricia, the first time we days the cases in and I went down to the Bluebell to see Craig, and I was very friendly with his dad, who just passed away recently there, Craig's dad.
Right.
Andy's wee mum, we used to go out for lunches and dinners and all that. Great. All the years.
I haven't been to Tenerife for a long time. I've got Craig, I've got other good friends of mine who were asking for you. Heather and Alec Beattie, they said they've known you.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I said I would mention that they were asking for you tonight, so they say a big hello.
I tell them I've not seen them for a while. I look forward to seeing them. They're good people.
Yeah, well, they'll be back, I'm sure, when this is over and they can get a first flight out.
Craig, the two boys are on in a Monday night. We Fergie, we Derek and me Gerante on here on a Monday night, the Blues Brothers pod, and Ricky's sitting earlier, so I'm going to tell a story for Ricky to noise them up. Remember we Derek and Nacho, the last time we were there with the women, mind, we were sitting down at the bar, and we Fergie sitting, and he's got a slipper on, a flip flop and a trainer on, and smoking a fag, and he doesn't smoke. And he's like lifting the cider, and I'm like, do you like cider? He goes, aye, how? I says, because it's mine. He was drinking gin. So 5 minutes later, he just stood up, didn't he? He just stood up at that wee bit of the steps. He got right out of the table, all the drink and everything. He was stymieing me up at the park. I had to carry him up. Oh, what a laugh. But he had some laugh with some of the boys in there, didn't he?
Well, that's what I was going to ask, definitely. Like ex-players, how many of these get in? And
Well, it's through, like say, Stan, we've had the goalie there, Derek's been in. We've had a few of the old ones, never really many of the newer players. But when old 9 in the row team come here, they usually come in and spend a bit of time with us, especially Andy. The goalie's been good with us every year. He's been good.
Obviously, the guys for London were saying they've got like a boat cruise. Obviously, being in Tenerife, you've got the sun and stuff like that. Do you do anything like that, like boat cruises or anything like that for the bar, or maybe anything like that planned in the future?
I don't know, it might be an idea for the future going forward where tourism is going to change over here. It's not going to be about mass tourism anymore. Because of COVID, the days of cramming everybody into bars are well gone. All the tables will be separated, chairs will be separated. So we will have to look for other avenues. So boat trips could be something for to do. Yeah, that's something we have to look at, for sure.
something a bit different as well, isn't it, for people to do?
Totally. They do it in Turkey and things like that, in Ibiza and stuff like that. I imagine they will do them here, but most of the boats, the cruises out here are all strippers and stuff like that, so maybe we team up with them.
I'm Danny, we'll need to get a ticket for that.
I know.
I'm sure the goalie will love that.
We're not coming to London anymore. We're going to Tenerife.
I'm sure it's not a flip one.
John. Oh, sorry, on you go, Craig. You finish. On you go.
I used to live about 5 minutes away from the bar, and I was sitting on my couch one day and I heard the sash getting played. It was standards outside the bar. I heard them about half a mile away. I could hear them playing the sash outside the bar. Classic.
Oh, wouldn't they be like him just before the show started there? We were on the advert, and I'm a nervous wreck, and he's sitting there with these wee things here, and he's going like this to the beat, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting here a nervous wreck. Right, John, I'm going to come to you next, right? So, can you give us a wee update on your end of season party?
End of season parties Saturday, 26th of June. The numbers have been dramatically reduced from 1,500 to 550, which put us in a better position because we had about almost 500 people that told us last year when it got cancelled just to keep our money for this year. We've been able to sell any, really. So it's just everybody that had it for last year's carried over. And we have it where we have the dinner in November, Lynsey. That's where we're on it this year. Instead of
the one in... So right, okay, yep. I know where you are. Yep. It's cracking in there though.
It's a great room. It's a great big room, but we can only get 550.
I know.
Aye, it's unfortunate. We were talking about that last week, John, with Lynsey. And I said to Lynsey, that must be the biggest event you've ever sang at, when we done the one in Blackpool when there were 1,500 in the ice arena. And she was a wee bit nervous and she was on the stage and that. I says, no wonder you're nervous. There's 1,500, you know, but that was amazing atmosphere with that amount of people, Lynsey.
That was honestly the best experience of my entire singing career. Absolutely awesome. So it was like I still even just get a buzz just thinking about it. I was so nervous before I went on, but see, by the end of the night the heels were off and that was it. You know, it was brilliant. So it was really good. Loved every minute of it. And as I say, John, obviously when I come down, your hospitality is second to none as well. So I do appreciate everything that you do in the pub and the staff and everything do for me when I'm down, for me and my family. So thanks for everything you do for us.
Right, good. Same here.
What we do.
Yep. Another thing I was going to ask you, and I did kind of speak to you myself last night. Stan had spoke to you about the Rangers Legends game next year, and obviously I always try and keep dates at the end of March for you in case you do decide to do something. So, what do you think? What do you think will happen with this?
Well, we just really need to wait to see what the fixtures are when they come out in June, to see who's away from home and on the international weekend, innit? So we can. But Blackpool or Fleetwood will be away from home. One of them will be. So we can look at that once the fixtures are out.
But it's something definitely you are looking to.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about it. But for the wee break for the last one, because it is a lot of work, as John will tell you. It's maybe 6 months getting it already easy. I've got to get down to Blackpool, unfortunately, for a couple of weekends to sort things out.
I have seen the work, obviously. I've seen, even not just the Legends games and that, but even any the gigs that we do down in Blackpool, the amount of running about that John does is phenomenal. He's from one place to the next, honestly.
It's mental.
I know, and I've seen it happening, and at the end of the night, he's like, Lynsey, I'm carrying your stuff, but I'm carrying all his stuff at the same time, and when at the end of the night.
I'm laughing at your sister, Lynsey.
So
Joanne just wrapped me and my family. I'm her little sister, and she's still not brought me down. Hint, hint.
See, the last one there, John, and I don't know if you remember or not. It was kind of late on, but we were in the bit where Lynsey was singing with the 1,500 people in it, and. Me and you went away up, and I says, right, we'll need to get the players to go to the Paradise Lounge and the Horseshoe Bar and do a wee bit here. Can you remember that? And the lassie took us through the pleasure beach, mind by the big through all the back and that, and took us in. And I can't mind what one it was we went into, whether it was the Paradise Bar or the Horseshoe Bar. And what we done is we just flung Marvin up to sing a song, just to break the ice a wee bit, and then
Paradise.
And then
the place went wild. Big Marvin was going wild.
And then Vigilante just took a runner off the stage, mind, and he just dived in the crowd and disappeared. So I never seen him again. So we went for a bite to eat. So me and Big Alberts and the missus and Big Marvin went for a bite to eat, and he phoned, where are yous? I says, you took a header off the stage. He said, I thought you were away. And he had to get a taxi away up between to get us that night. But that was mental. See, going through the pleasure beach and all that to get to the different bits. It was mental. It was brilliant.
It was a great night, so it was definitely.
No, it's one for the fans to look forward to, you know. And the boys from London will tell you, I done a couple down in London. I think you went down, John, and all, did you? The Chelsea ones. Danny, they were good, weren't they? They were good, eh?
Aye. Great weekend.
And we done the night in is it the cricket club or is it a rugby club at Surrey at night time? Aye, no, brilliant. And when you go to London and all, I mean, you've got Danny's boys there and Gary and the boys there for the Green Man, but you've also got the official London supporters, and you've got the Invicta Loyal, and you've got Surrey. So round about that Foley area, there's a good Rangers Foley in there, Gary, Danny, eh?
Yeah, I mean, they all support each other. It's not the easiest place to watch the Rangers, to be honest. If you've not got a base, trying to find somewhere is pretty difficult since the Cock Tavern went. So
That's right.
It can be difficult, especially now, because there's absolutely no chance of getting somewhere that will show anywhere outside. So it's limited to them around. So up here, we're central here, so you're only 10 minutes from King's Cross, and it's pretty central. It's easy for everybody to get to, but the Surrey boys, they do some every time as well. They've always got something on. So everybody's available. There's always somewhere to go. If anybody's in London, or no, it doesn't matter, north, south. So the Bermondsey guys, the Millwall guys have started doing stuff at the Stanley as well, at the Stanley Arms in Bermondsey. So they've started the
That's
Rangers,
right, yeah.
They started the Rangers Club, Davy Stone and that. And so they all support each other. We go down there, they come up here. You know, it's a good thing. It doesn't matter. All the Chelsea boys, Tottenham boys, Millwall. Once they come to Rangers, that all gets forgotten about. It's always a good atmosphere. There's never a much said about it between any of them.
I don't know if any of yous ever went. It was a few years ago now. It was a boy Chris King for Victor Loyal, and he used to run it was called a Thursday brunch once a year, and he used to get 10 tables, and it was in Minister's Pavement in the Brothers Ball down the stairs, and he'd have the 10 tables, and I'd get him 10 players, and he would sit a player at every table. And it was a guy, Alvin Martin for West Ham, that used to MC it. Did you ever go to that? It was fantastic. It was a Thursday, and you were doing whatever the boys paid. They go them, they're drinking it, and he MC'd it. We were doing one of the times, and Alvin, this is true, right? And Alvin Martin was interviewing all the players in a line. So Colin Steen was on the red wine, and he was blitzed, right? So he was walking down, right, and Colin Steen kept saying, Alvin Martin, who is he? I've never heard of him. Have I played against him? Somebody said, you might have when you were at Coventry. He played with West Ham and played for England International. He's a big name down here. Alvin Martin, I've never heard of him. So he just got to Steenie with the mic, and Steenie grabbed the mic and goes, who are you? And the full place started singing, who are you? Right? And Bomber said to me, he'll not be back by the way, this is his last weekend coming down here. But they were great, absolutely brilliant in there. And the boy Mickey Hazard for Chelsea used to come along too. But brilliant. It was a fantastic show they used to put on, and then it just stopped. I don't know what happened. It went for about 4 or 5 years ago, them players, and then all of a sudden they just stopped doing it, you know. But it was a good get together for all the London boys, and they were getting close up to all the players because you had a player at every table. And it was a good idea. I'd never seen anybody doing that before.
Aye,
it was good.
Right, guys, listen, it's just after 7:30, and we're going to do your live Bars for Gers giveaway now. So thank you to our new associate sponsor, Barry Brock from Off to the Match I Go. The winner will receive a framed Rangers news signed by Rangers legend Derek Johnston. So we're just going to have a wee break and play some videos for you just now, and we'll come back to you with the winner.
It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be falling apart. Just know you have purpose, you have reason. Feel that beating, you have heart. I'd rather see you cry than be forced to say goodbye. Yes, I'd rather hold your hand than let you go. And I'll know there's a storm coming, and you wanna hit the road. Let's go. Let's go. But you don't have to face it alone. Don't face it alone. not your final curtain. If you've hit rock bottom, the only way is up.
Hi guys, just reflecting on Mental Health Week. That was a lovely song written by our very own Bars for Gers admin, Jodie Pollock. It's okay not to be okay, which was written specially for Rangers on Tour We Are campaign. So that was a lovely song written and sang by Jodie Pollock. So that was great. So we're going to get the winner announced. Who is, and I've got it here, it's written down.
I hope it's not your sister.
It's not. It's Thomas8332 on Instagram. He is the winner. So if he wants to get in touch with us and messages Bars for Gers on Instagram, and we'll get your prize to you. So that's Thomas8332 on Insta. If you want to get in touch with us, that would be fabulous. Obviously, as well, if you would like to see more giveaways on the show, all you have to do is subscribe, like, and share and comment across all our social media platforms, because the more interaction that we get, folks, the more prizes we can give away to you guys. So that's us. So, ladies and gents, just before we carry on, I'm now going to take you to... Chris is going to come on. Chris Beale, who's a Rangers fan, he'll be telling us all about his efforts in fundraising for mental health. So welcome on the show, Christopher. Are you there?
Hi, you alright?
Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
Hi, Chris.
Hi, no bad. How's everybody getting on?
Yeah,
excellent.
Good to see you on the show, Chris.
Great to have you. Thanks for coming on.
It's no bother.
So,
no problem.
So do you want to tell us a wee bit about what you've been doing and what's been happening?
Aye, so basically, just at the tail end of last year, I pretty much decided that I wanted to do something for charity. Obviously, it would have been Mental Health Week this week. Myself, as well as probably a lot of you guys that's on the podcast and a lot of you guys that are listening, would have had struggles. I've had my struggles. I actually lost my dad to suicide when I was 4 years old, back in 2002. So I had a lot of help and stuff when I was growing up, and that help wouldn't be available with all these charities and stuff. So I thought it's a time I gave back. So I pretty much thought, right, what do I want to do? I'll run a marathon. Obviously, lockdown last year, everybody got into running. I was a bit of the same. I thought, let's run a marathon. So I started that, and I started a wee page on Facebook and stuff, and sort of got the ball rolling with donations and stuff like that. And I kind of thought to myself, if I'm going to try and get people to speak out and make donations and break the stigma, as they say, who am I to no sharing my story? So that's what I done. I was, pardon the French, but I was absolutely shitting myself to put it out there. But that's what I done, and so I
well done. That's awesome. It takes a lot to come on a show and speak about your story. Aye. So honestly, hats off to you for coming on and speaking about everything that you're doing just now for mental health.
I think we've just lost Chris there just now.
Did we lose him there?
I think we just lost him. However, just to reflect on the back of what he's saying there, I think it is quite important, especially in male-dominant gender. It's quite important for male especially to start talking up and speak about the thing. The song there we listened to with Jodie Pollock was done for the We Are campaign for Rangers on Tour. As you've probably seen on social media, quite a big platform. They've got a We Are campaign which any supporter, whether you're Rangers fan or whatever it is, can go on and basically reach out to these guys. They've got connections with different charities. Basically get the help if anybody's kind of struggling. I think with lockdown especially, we've all kind of struggled through lockdown, not being able to see family, not going to socialise with friends and things like that. So this is I think it's a whole purpose, the Mental Health Week as a whole, which we all basically get out there into people's domain. Let them know what it is. It's all right to talk, whether it's your friend, family, just reach out, even somebody strange. I know it's like, and I'm sure you guys know it's like working behind bars, you get we all guys come in, they'll tell you about their day, how rubbish it's been, and I think for them it's the fact they come in and be able to talk to somebody face to face and just,
you're right.
just to vent their worries, their stresses. I think that takes a lot of pressure off, especially working a pub game. I feel that takes a lot of pressure sometimes for yourself. It's just to vent back to somebody, it takes all the pressure, like, wow, I needed that. And it's important for people out there just to start talking, reach the phone to somebody. Chris Boyd charity as well, they do quite fantastic work there as well. Reach out to somebody, phone them up, talk out. You don't have to suffer alone in the house, because being in the house suffering, doors locked, you can't go out. Now obviously the restrictions are easing quite a lot, you can get back out, but beforehand it was quite hard to get out, and I think it's remarkable Christopher's come on and telling his story. His link is up on the description.
Have we found him now? Is he back? Are you back, Chris?
Christopher's back there.
I am back.
Are you back?
We just lost you there, Christopher.
I know, you want to tell us then just about your story then, so just carry on from where you left off then, Chris.
Sorry about that, that's that Shetland internet getting in. Where was it you lost me? Where was I kind of got in a bit of a roll.
Just you started talking up, obviously telling people your story and things like that.
So pretty much I spoke to my girlfriend and stuff and my mum, and I basically just said, "Jink, it's a good idea. If I share my story," and they sort of agreed, you know, if my story could help one other person feel better about themselves or realise, I'm in that same situation, and if he spoke up, then why can I know? So that's what I done. And like I say, a lot of people resonated with that. And I got a couple of private messages and stuff, but as well as just comments left on the Just Giving page, which I got a couple of them were anonymous, which it was a wee bit annoying. Obviously, I'd like to ken who it was that I'd helped, but at the same time, just seen a few messages saying, you know what, here's a donation, but your words have helped me. Can just it was exactly what I hoped for. Like I say, I've just reached £2,500 there last night.
Oh, fantastic!
So my original target was 750, and we've just kept the ball rolling and smashing targets, and obviously like to thank absolutely everybody that's put any money in towards it. But so with 3 weeks to go, the marathon's on the 30th of May. So just under 30th. So we're looking for a big push again, and we're going for $3,000. That's my next target. So
fantastic. And mate, we can see the link coming up there, Chris, and all the viewers watching there. If you want to support Christopher, get some money in, help him get raised as much as it can.
Yep.
I don't really, Chris, this is the first kind of time I've ever spoke to anybody about something like this. I don't really know a lot about it, but for your age, that's fantastic to see a young man like yourself getting involved in something like that and helping other people. Brilliant. Can't thank you enough for that.
100%. Especially, it's been a tough time for a lot of people as well, just through lockdown and stuff, and mental health's a big thing just now. So it's absolutely fantastic that you're doing this charity and that you've raised that amount of money so far, and I'm sure it will grow from strength to strength, especially if you're getting yourself out there and promoting it, and I'm sure you'll raise much more than what you're at just now.
Aye, definitely.
That's the aim anyway. And like I say, a big thank you to you guys for having me on as well. Obviously, just getting that out there, getting the link out there, and obviously even if you didn't, obviously know everybody's in the position where they can donate, but I mean, just go on and have a read. It might be something that you resonate with yourself, or sort of.
Well, that's it. Because you sit back and you actually wonder. Like, I'm pretty sure there's not one person that's went by who's not suffered some sort of mental health issue in some way. Like, it's mental health's affected us all, probably in different ways. So it is a good thing that charities are doing this sort of work, definitely. And also as well, like a while back, just to start the lockdown as well, like I was sitting back and I'm looking and I'm saying, how much would people actually pay to come to like one of my gigs to watch me sing? And I just thought to myself, I'm going to do like a live video for like my regulars who would come on and, you know, like support me or go and watch me at a function. And I thought maybe, you know, coming on I'd maybe raise like £50 or, you know, like £100. And I managed to raise the target that you started at. I managed to raise £700 on one live gig that I done.
Brilliant.
So for you to go on for your target, the £700, and I raised that like to do a live, and you've went on now and you've got like the 2,000. Definitely, you're going to get the support for this. So get on, folks. Go onto the link and get your donations in, and let's support Christopher on his marathon.
The link will be up after the
Lynsey, sorry. What we'll do, Lynsey, the next couple of big games we've got here, we've obviously got a couple hundred people coming in, hopefully, for the next couple of big games. So the next 2 games or whatever, we'll put the ticket game into Chris's charity, and we'll put a bucket round as well.
That's fantastic. Well done. That's excellent.
Excellent. Chris, you're embarrassing me now. I'll do that in order.
No. How is obviously oh, you go, John?
Yeah.
Right, John.
I'll tell you what we'll do. When you're done the 22nd, Lynsey, we'll do a raffle.
Yep.
And we'll put it towards Christopher's thing as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So
I'll try and get something sorted this weekend, if not the following weekend.
We'll definitely get stuff sorted.
So
you'll be double dunting, Danny.
Chris, how obviously, as you say, your mental health has been quite down, but obviously starting getting running, obviously that must impact you and picks you up, obviously. So doing all the training stuff, like, how's that been for you and stuff, like obviously picking you up, training, obviously getting in, running a marathon? I can't run the length myself. I'm like, there's more meeting a butcher's pencil, but I can't run the length myself. But aye, that's about all I can do. Eat it. How's that been for you?
Aye, excellent. I've always been pretty fit anyway. I used to be right into the gym and stuff like that. Obviously with lockdown and stuff, you couldn't get to the gym, so I just sort of started running, and I got the bug for it. It's funny, just a couple of weeks ago, I got a memory up on my Facebook, and I went, it was a year ago, I'd went a 5 mile run, and I was blown at my arse. Again, 5 miles, it's a fair distance, but again, that was a year ago, and the difference that it's made in a year, obviously, I was like yourself, could hardly run the length of myself this time last year. I've put that work in, and it does. It just comes on, and obviously as you go, you get better and better. But I feel myself now. Again, there's obviously, like everybody, there's good days and there's bad days, and I just feel myself right. I need to get out for a run. Or again, I'm in a position now where I've been working away in Shetland, so they've been in tier 1 for a lot of the place. So a lot of the time, so their gyms have been open. So 2 weeks out of the month, I can get myself up to the gym and just get myself working it. But I could imagine I really feel for people who have been stuck in the house and no had the access to anything, because I ken myself that I would really struggle had I no had the access to a gym, or a lot of people didn't feel confident going out running. So if I didn't have that outlet, should we say, I would definitely have struggled a lot more than I have.
Chris, I don't know if you know, Chris, right? But see, the Shetlands, the Shetland has the worst suicide rate in Britain. Do you know that per population?
I've heard that it is that mental health is really bad up here. One of the girls that works in the camp that I'm living in, she had shared it and stuff like that, and she basically just let me know that.
I worked up there a few years ago, and I had to give when I gave out the safety courses at the start of the new people starting. We made them aware of that. I think one of the reasons, I don't know if this is true or no, but they reckon one of the reasons is because in the summer it doesn't go dark, and in the winter it doesn't go light, and it doesn't help. It doesn't affect people when they're not getting any sunlight. And that's how they said the thing Howling to the Moon came out, because of that, because of the night and day up there. Because you'll know yourself if you work up there. I think there's 2 hours darkness at this time of the year.
Aye.
And then when it goes to the winter, you don't get any light at all, and it doesn't help with mental health.
No,
I didn't know that, Stan.
You're spot on. And even when you say 2 hours of darkness, it looks, the 2 hours is like it's musky. It's like a 7 o'clock. It's just been raining sort of darkness. It's no.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
And in the summer, it's never pitch black. It's strange. And then obviously during the winter months, it's maybe gets light about 10 a.m. and gets dark again at 2 p.m. So you've got your lunch.
Are you in the camp, Chris? Are you in the Sullenville camp?
Aye, selling S.
That's no easy either, is it? It's not
it's like being
not a great life. Have you got windows in your room?
There's no very. They didn't keep the windies out much. They didn't keep the wind out much, like. But you can see it them.
It's not a great place to live, though, is it?
No,
right. That don't do a lot for your mental health living in there 7 days a week.
No,
I was a year up there myself. I was a year up there myself, Chris.
Danny, can I ask you, right? Stan was telling me you've got Colin Steen, Willie Johnston, Derek Johnston and Stan as MC for an event. Can you tell us what that's for? And
The
sounds like it's going to be
anniversary for the London.
60th anniversary of the club. So, the vice chairman.
No, sorry, can you move to the other side? Can you swap seats?
Move it to the left. I don't know what you're going on there, but I can only hear to the left.
Yeah, that's...
You're right.
There you go. It's a 60th anniversary of the London branch. We're out putting on a dinner. Stan's kindly sorted out players for us, coming down to attend. We've done similar on the 50th anniversary as well, so it was really popular then, so we've done it again for the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's in the Masonic at St James's Palace, isn't it? It's in the big Masonic club there.
Yeah, that's right.
Should be another great weekend then for Rangers fans in London.
Yes, and I think there's a good chance we'll maybe get Steenie and the boys along to the Green Man the night before, Danny. Yeah, we'll have a wee.
I don't know if anybody's been in the Masonic St James's Palace, but it's a fantastic venue. It's one of the most amazing places I've ever seen.
I'm looking forward to it.
It is absolutely fantastic.
So, John, I'm going to come to you next as well, right? So, obviously, we've just spoke about some of the weekends that you run in Blackpool and all the hard work that you put in. And obviously, I've said already that I've witnessed this myself, how much work goes into these nights. But I would like to know what you would say the best weekend for the pub has been like for yourself and all the staff. Like, what has been the most enjoyable event that you've done and that you can say you have had, you have enjoyed the best?
Probably the Legends weekend for Fernando.
Yeah,
I would say.
Is that the first one?
The Fleetwood one.
The Fleetwood.
Fleetwood.
Aye.
The Fleetwood one.
That was probably the best weekend.
But would you have said that you got to relax a lot at that, or was it because you were running about daft at that as well?
It's just natural, isn't it?
I know.
Part of life.
He does get a pint at the end of the night, though. I've seen him. He does.
It's a long day, John. You're up early in the morning, and
yep.
It's definitely a long day to keep going,
Yeah.
I think as well, obviously doing all the events, especially for you, John, it must be rewarding at the end to sit back and go, wow, just sit there with a pint after and go, what a weekend that's been. Although it's been stressful probably and you've been running about like crazy, but just sitting there at the end and going, wow, it's worth it. It's worth all the stress, I think.
How many phone calls do we make between each other? 6 months, jeez,
it's like when we've done the terrace, the first 4 weeks, what a laugh it was brilliant. Because it's getting towards the end, it's been stressful. And then we get a couple of setbacks. But we've overcome them and we're playing.
Joe, Lynsey was going to ask you about, he worked in the Union Bar, John, before you opened the bar. What was that like?
The Union was mental as well. The Union was mental.
Do you know that?
It's a shame because it was just too big, I think. It was an old cinema and they converted it into a Rangers bar, but it held about
I could have filled about 2,000 or something.
Aye.
So the rates and all that for them is just far too much.
I bet you could be doing it now though with this.
800 or something.
That's right.
I bet you
John, can you remember? I wanted Lynsey to ask you that so as I could tell the story about when you. This is true, right? They went to get a late licence to 2 a.m. for the Union Bar. So when you go for a late licence, the ambulance people are there, the police are there, the fire brigade's there, and anybody else that wants to say anything about getting you a late licence. So the judge sits. So the guy that owned it, Boydie, he's sitting. So the judge gets up and says, anybody, what about yourselves? Have you got a problem with a 2 o'clock licence? So the fireman says, no, they've got their fire exits and everything else, fire extinguishers. He says, we're quite happy with 2 a.m. What about the police? Oh, we never get a phone call to come to the place at all. There's never any bother at it. What about the ambulance? No, we're the same. We're quite happy. Anybody get anything else to say? And this woman stands up, and she says, I have. And the judge says, and what's wrong? And the woman says, I stay in the hotel 2 doors up. She says, and I had 8 Irish couples staying in my hotel, and they only stayed one night. They were meant to be staying 4 nights, and they packed their bags and they left because there were sectarian singing coming from the Union Bar. And the judge, being English, went, sectarian singing? What do you mean by that? What was it? And she says, I don't really know much about it myself, but they were singing about this guy in a white horse with a sword killing people. And Boydie just slid down the chair.
That's true, you know. That's a true story.
I know.
Craig.
I'm sure after.
Oh, sorry. You go.
I'm sure he brought all the Boydie brought all the hotelier before we opened and put them up with free drink and food and all that to get them on site.
That's right, aye.
I like
Craig,
to decorate the place.
Yeah.
That's right, so aye, you're still there.
You're still there.
Still here. Still here.
must be worth it.
I know. Craig, right, I'm going to ask you. Right, Craig. So, Stan was saying, obviously, the other Rangers bar in Tenerife as well, the Ibrox bar. They're good friends with the owner, George Mack, is that
Jordy
right?
Mack, aye.
Yeah, Jordy Mack. So,
him and his family.
how are they all doing?
Well, they're not open. They've just stayed closed and just that. They're just being a family just now, spending time. George is spending time with his grandkids and stuff like that. So I see him every now and again. He's looking well. He's acting well. But at the moment in time, it's just not worth him. He's got a big bar, and it's just not worth his while opening. He maybe only got about 8 or 9 customers. Doesn't pay the bills.
It's a shame.
Unfortunately. Yeah, but he's doing well. Health, he's doing really well. Yeah.
Craig, can you remember when he just opened? I'm getting into all these daft stories.
I know, but that's the point.
Do you know? Can you remember? You remember when Ging bought the Ibrox bar the first time when it just opened? You remember that, Danny? When Ging bought it. So what he done was, right, this is true, he advertised for the 12th of July in Belfast. The walk was on. So he had outside the Ibrox bar, come along, watch the 12th of July in Belfast live at the Ibrox bar. You couldn't move in it. They're about 300. They're sitting and tapping each other. Fantastic. Barbecue. Everybody's singing. They're watching all the parade coming down the street. They're loving it. So the following year, his wife Marge says, are we doing that this year again? And Gang says, you better believe you are. So they advertise it again, right? 12th of July. Place is jumping. And they couldn't get it on. They couldn't get it on the telly. So everybody was sitting. So what does Gang do? Gang's get the tape for the year before. So he put the tape for the year before on. And the walk's coming down. So this woman, honestly, this woman starts greeting. And Gang says, what's wrong with you? There's Johnny there. I buried him 6 months ago and he's walking down the street.
Oh, no.
And Gang said, it can't be him. And he said, well, that's his lodge number. He said, it's no him. She said, can I calm down? So this guy phones Belfast. This is true. And he went like that, you lucky buggers are there. He goes, look at that, how good's it are there? He said, the sun's shining. He said, it looks better than it is here. He says, what are you talking about? He said, it's pissing the rain. And Gang had to go, right, hands up, hands up. He said, is that true, isn't it, Craig?
Very true story. We shut the bar that day and put the load over.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. And I made another time with him. I know you were going out at the time, Danny, weren't you? At the Sea Gang when he had it. And I made another time. I know he had the opened. He was only about 2 weeks or something, and it was a Spanish. What did he call it? Aberdeen Steakhouse across the road.
Right.
So the guy for the Aberdeen Steakhouse comes there and he's Spanish. And he says, I like your music in the bar. Your music's absolutely fantastic. Can I get music for the restaurant? So Gang gave him a CD platoon, didn't he? So Gang says the next day the Ibrox bar was quiet and he looked out to the Aberdeen Steakhouse and Bill McGall is blaring out the rest of the place going like that with the thumb up.
Because his pub's busy. The steakhouse would have been busy.
But no, brilliant. And
that's funny.
I wish Big Geordie all the best. We're there.
What's the name of the steakhouse King used to take us to Los Cristianos?
What's that again there? Sorry?
What was the name of the steakhouse in Los Cristianos King used to take us to? Bloody brilliant, man.
Oh, you would have taken you Fortuna on the middle street. That's where Fortuna. It's still going strong.
That's where I used to.
It's doing well. Stan's been there a few times. It's nice.
I used to go with your mum and dad.
Aye, the shoulder alarm and the beautiful, man.
That's right.
Aye, gorgeous. Aye, it's still gone. Still gone.
Aye. Well, if you bump into Jordy and the daughter and all them, say hello for us, and I'll see them.
Nah, they're doing well. They're doing okay.
Just before we wind up, Lindsay's going to wind up quite soon, but what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow night? Obviously Livingston, then we've got Aberdeen at the weekend. What's your thoughts on them? John, I'll start with yourself.
I think 2-0 tomorrow night, and I think we'll smash on Saturday, and I think it'll be 4-0 Saturday.
Aye, well. How about you boys? London boys?
I think it'll be quite comfortable tomorrow night. Obviously, we've got a problem left back, but I think we could play 3 centre halves and we go and we I think we could win by 2 or 3 tomorrow night, and I just hope we smash them in Saturday. I just hope that would just put icing on the cake. Beat them the first game, beat them the last game. And
definitely.
That would just be put the cherry on the cake. It's been a long time, and there's been a lot of hurt through the years.
No, definitely.
I just can't wait, and I hope we just. See, to be honest, I'm not actually that bothered about the unbeaten thing. I'd like to get it. I'd like us to get it, but it's not my biggest. It's not the biggest thing. It's not my biggest. You know what I mean? At the start of the season, we've got what we wanted. We've had a couple of bumps in the road, disappointments in the way, but Saturday's just going to be the after we got it's just going to be the best ever.
Everybody get their fireworks ready?
Oh, aye.
Chris, what about yourself?
Aye, obviously. Like you say, the unbeaten thing, it's no the be all and end all, but it would be nice to get it. As well as going for the clean sheet record as well. That would be something. So I would take a 1-0 win or something in the morning and really try and put them to the sword at the weekend and get the party started.
Definitely. What about Craig? What about you,
I
Craig?
think 2-1 tomorrow night because of that plastic pitch and 3-0 on Saturday. Humpty buggers.
Oh, brilliant.
That plastic pitch is a nightmare.
Stan,
what's your thoughts on?
I think we'll win both. I'm hoping on Saturday, as they were saying there, we give them a good lesson on Saturday, finish the season off strong. But no, as I say, it's not the be ending. No, I mean, if we don't win, the celebration time.
It's done. It's celebrations. That's it. All right.
I think it's. And I don't know. I think in Glasgow they're going to get a big fright this weekend because see the amount of people I know that's coming out. And that's just me that know people that's coming. It's down for London and for Northern Ireland and unbelievable the amount of people that's
we're closed. And I was on the phone to Lynsey the other night there. Tong obviously tried to plan the podcast, and the amount of Bristol's closed completely, obviously till the 21st of May, and the amount of people still messaging even there on the podcast. Can we get in? Can we get in? Can we get in? And we got a message the other night. Just people are constant, and it's good to see people want to come in. Obviously, blooming business game, but I think more important is just kind of try to stay safe at the weekend. Obviously, enjoy it as much as we possibly can.
Enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to all these the older guys like yourself, Stan. I've seen the Rangers do well. Obviously, You've seen it, but the younger guys...
I'm loving it for my son.
The Union Bears and the other young boys
he's
have not seen
17.
it.
He's 17 next month. And
You've seen
he's not seen this, and he's absolutely buzzing.
Buzzing?
I says to him the night just before I left, I was like, so what you doing on Saturday then? And he's like, I'm going to George Square. So he's obviously got his pals and stuff, you know. So it's good to see that.
It shows you how times
him.
have changed. And it was when we get 9 in a row there, and then we lost when we were going for 10. My boy said to me, "Dad, what happened there?" Because he'd never seen Rangers lose in the
that's
league
what I'm
before.
saying.
I said that happens sometimes. You know what I mean? He just couldn't believe it. How did we lose it? You know?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing all these young guys getting the experience of who Rangers are and enjoy
Just
embracing
as long
it.
as they do enjoy it, but they behave and they stay safe. That's the main
Do you know
thing.
what? Listen, every one of our fans at the weekend deserve to go absolute out and explode Glasgow, red, white and blue at the weekend. No matter what they do, listen, we deserve it. 10 long years to been kicked for left, right and centre, now to go out and enjoy it. I think everyone is included.
Oh,
Listen,
definitely. Without a doubt.
Right, guys, sorry, I'm afraid we're going to have to wrap up the podcast for this evening. So I would just like to thank all you guys for coming on tonight in your Bars for Gers podcast. Honestly, it's been a privilege and a pleasure, each and every one of you coming on the show. So thank you so much for being on and joining us this evening. That's absolutely brilliant, and also to Christopher as well. We won't forget the links obviously there for people, so we will get your raffle and stuff done and get the donations in for your marathon. I hope it goes well for you too. So ladies and gents, if you have enjoyed the show tonight, you can get involved by subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking our Twitter, Facebook from the description and the link to be kept up to date with all that's coming soon. Also remember to take advantage of your 81 Power Drink, getting 10% off using discount code Bars for Gers. And also folks, please just remember that it's okay not to be okay. So from myself, Stan, William, all the lads from the Bars and Christopher tonight on Bars for Gers, good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.